Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Collision, or Hit, or Strike. I'm Mike Lane, here with Jim Ross, and with Paulie Dangerously. And today on Collision, or Strike or Hit, we're going to see the TWF heavyweight winnings will be on stake here today. Because we're going to have, well, we understand that here today we're going to see the TWF heavyweight winnings fighter here today. Because Mora, the TWF heavyweight fighter, is going to be here. Well, you got that right, Mike Lane. Jim Ross said we're going to see Mora, the TWF heavyweight fighter, and has been heavyweight fighter since the 4th month of this year. And she has taken on all comers, all wrestlers, all fighters, all overstars when they have come. Yeah, you got that right, Mike and Jim. At the end of the day, Paulie Dangerously says, Mora has been a fighting TWF heavyweight fighter. Don't get her wrong, she has. She had a bind keeping her cap on and her necklace on, and that always keep falling off. But I'll give her that she's been a fighting TWF heavyweight fighter. And I truly believe that my man, my kinhead Roman Reigns, should never lost to heavyweight winnings to begin with. Alright, Mora says, it seems that some folks out there wonder if I should be frightened of the threat that, Captain Marvel or lead woman Marvel said yesterday on Rampage or Ramthru. And the true answer is no. I know sooner or later she's going to come after me and put her galled in the boundary and yield it in on me, or anyone sooner or later, so I'm not frightened of that. What I am more thinking about is I heard MJF was bitching and ranting about how he should get one more seat at the TWF heavyweight winnings since he only won it 2 times and he's the AEW heavyweight fighter. Which doesn't mean nothing when you stop to think of it. Well, here, when you stop to think of it. Is that right, Mora? Or whatever, however you say that Hawaiish borrowed name. Yeah, I am a former 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter. A former TWF tag team fighter. I am the AEW heavyweight fighter. And anyway, I'm going to tell you what. I could have cut my losses and I could have gone after Biggie Langston, the world heavyweight fighter. But I felt that I should go after you again. Because I think, at the end of the day, I should be the TWF heavyweight fighter for the 3rd time. Why is that, MJF? Why is that, Maxwell Jacob Friedman? Because we all know how great you were. First, you had to cheat to win it from Jack Sparrow back in the 10th month of last year. And after a bunch of bullshitting, Jack Sparrow to win it back, only for you to win it back from him. And then after some more bullshitting, I won it from you, and you never won it back since then. So what makes you think that today is your day? What makes you think this day is your day? When we all know it's not. I'll tell you why. Because I already talked with Astronema, or Corone, or whatever you want to call her. And she says, I get one more strike at the TWF heavyweight winnings, Mora. And last time, I'm not going to have dumb Baron Corbin being the match keeper and then fucking things up. So, here's the fight, Lord. Or I guess we'll call him the match keeper. Well, shit. Well, this is for the TWF heavyweight winnings. First, he is MJF, and she is the TWF heavyweight fighter, Mora. Ding ding ding. Now we're gonna see how Mora can, somehow beat, Jack Sparrow here. MJF here today, and Mora has to watch out. We all know how sneaky. We know how unfair and what MJF can do. The unfair things he has done when he became a two-time TWF heavyweight fighter, Mike Lane says. That's right, Jim Ross says. We all know he's still the AEW heavyweight fighter, but for how long? At the end of the day, he did lose to TWF heavyweight winnings at least 2 times. And Mora's going to get ready to take down MJF, Jim Ross says. Yeah, Mike Lane said, with the Samoa strike. With the Hawaii strike. Oh! MJF is down. Maxwell Jacob Freeman's down. Yeah, there's a big unlikeness between the Samoans and Hawaii's folk. Not that much. Not really much unlikeness between the two speeches. Paulie Dansley says. But Mora, she should know. When she said, "Oh, Mora, oh, MJF just took her down." Well, that's what happens when you don't say. That's what happens when you don't say you belong to the Samoa, to the Fatu and the Maivia and the Manalakan. Bad things happen to you, Paulie Dansley says. Well, I thought Mike Lane said you were against that. I thought you were, upset. Or at least, angry that your man Roman Reigns, or your kinhead, or whatever you call him, wasn't the TWF heavyweight fighter. Mike Lane said. Yeah, Jim Ross says. I thought you were angry that Mora didn't want to be in his kin with him. Or whatever it is. And MJF thinks he's winning right now. And Roman Reigns has showed up there. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm not doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. We shouldn't be in the match. Oh! You want this? You want this? Hey, don't do that to me. That'd be like someone taking your kinhead sheet. Yeah, fuck this. And Mora right now. Oh! Mora just gave him with the Hawaii strike. MJF is down. Roman Reigns helped her, Mike Lane says. Yeah, and I thought he was still a heel, so why would he do that? Jim Ross said. Paulie Dansley says, the kinhead, the highest leader, the king, the Kaiser, the overlord, the overwatcher, he has his goals. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. And me, the first wicker and force sitter, I have my oversight, my goals. Here is your winner, and still the TWF heavyweight fighter, Mora. However you say it. I understand Mora is set to have her live film take off her drawing show film. And we still understand is what Roman Reigns did. Yeah, you think I helped you? There! Roman Reigns did a takedown on MJF, the Overman strike. Saying that I'm boring and you're greater than me? Fuck you! You didn't hold the WWE heavyweight winning for 400 and so days. You didn't hold the world heavyweight winnings for 1,000 and so days. Fuck you! I'm not boring. You are. Well, it seems Mike Lane says, is that Roman Reigns is still taking folks' thought the belief that some folks think that MJF was a more greater fighter or greater heavyweight fighter than Roman Reigns. Since Roman Reigns has been the WWE heavyweight fighter for 400 and so days, and has been the Royal fighter for 1,000 and so days, Mike Lane says. Then again, it's a thought and belief of who's boring and who's not, Jim Ross says. I tell you one thing right now, Mike Lane and Jim Ross, Roman Reigns doesn't truly care what folks think of him. He cared what MJF thought of him. And you see Maxwell Jacob Friedman is now he's a loser. He scathed Mike Kinhead, and now he's a loser. Well, speaking of that, Tony Schiavone now is hopefully going to talk with Roman Reigns and learn what Roman Reigns helped him for. Alright, Mike Lane, Jim Ross, I'm going to talk with Roman Reigns here today on Collision, or Hit, or Strike. Roman Reigns, are you good, or are you still a heel? Oh, I'm still a heel. I just don't like that Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Who the fuck does he think he is? He's only been the AEW heavyweight fighter for only a year and a half. When I've been the Royal Heavyweight fighter for 3 years. I've been the WWE heavyweight fighter for 2 years. And I held the Royal winnings for 1,000 days or more, and I held the WWE winning for 400 days. Longer than you, longer than Maxwell Jacob Friedman holding the AEW heavyweight winnings. Did you think I was going to let that creep, that bully, that heel win the TWF heavyweight winnings? Well, Roman Reigns, some folks would say you were a creep and a bully and a heel too. You know what? Mora not wanting to be in my kin, I don't care. Yeah, her kin name isn't Fatu or Mayavi or Mafuda. It's Mafada. I don't care. Whatever. I'm going to get my time, and when my first wicker and my fourth sitter, Paulie Dangerously, has a deal with upper leadership, and I'll beat Mora, and then I'll become the TWF heavyweight fighter for the 4th time. So, you still have a bind with MJF or Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Yes, I still got a bind with Maxwell Jacob Friedman or MJF. Say I'm boring? I'm not boring at all. MJF is fucking bloody boring. Not me. Well, it seems that Roman Reigns is still angry over the thought and beliefs of others, of MJF being more glee than him. Back to you, Michael Cole and Jim Ross. Thank you, Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with Roman Reigns here today on Collision, or Hit, or Strike. And that's all the time we got here. Mike Lane, Jim Ross, Paulie Dangerously, and we hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or Alone Day Night Raw.